Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorelei's story, Elle's story. And we're going to pick up basically right where we left off as you've just finished class and you're heading towards the cleric classroom.
Or attempting to find it, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple ways to do it. You could try and find it yourself, or you can go talk to Persh.
Um, he always seems like he's busy, and uh, she gets it. She doesn't want to annoy people when they're
Mm-hmm.
busy, so she's just gonna wander and try to find it herself.
Okay.
She hasn't really checked out the inside yet. She's seen the outside plenty of times, so
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just roll me an investigation check.
this is totally
It's your
her
strength,
strong
right?
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, just 12.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of make your way through the hallways. Um, you haven't been to the cleric classroom before, have you?
Nope. Just the warlock, the sorcerer, the paladin, and I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
well, as you are making your way, you see that the halls of the Merigard Academy are there's a stone floor that seems to somehow always manage to look clean, even though you are damn sure there are dozens, or if not hundreds, of people that do not wipe their feet whilst walking through this through these hallways. Somehow, it manages to remain clean and proper. Uh, you've also, I'm pretty sure you did see the golems,
Yes.
these big automaton constructs that patrol the halls of the Merigard into the late hours.
Yeah, because I believe she woke up in the middle of the night or early enough to see them still.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One moment here. So, you've noticed as you're making your way through the Merigard Academy, it seems well tended, even though you don't actually see anybody doing the tending. With a 12 investigation, you kind of make your way down the long halls, and you see that similar to around the sorcerer classroom, one side, your right hand side, seems to have doors that are more ornately built, um, and opposite them are doors that are just a simple color that seems to be reflective of the ornately built doorway. As
Okay.
as you are kind of paying attention to both ways, it takes you like 15 minutes until you finally find a door that strikes you as maybe the cleric classroom. And that's
Got it.
mostly because you see that there is like a symbol engraved upon the door that you recognize as the symbol of near.
Okay. Um, she'll try the door and just kind of poke her head in just a little bit.
It is not the cleric classroom. You open the door and you find yourself looking into a very small room. It looks like an office. There's nobody in it.
Oh. Uh, all right. Slowly shut it.
Okay. You do notice that to the right of that door is another ornate door, though it doesn't have a singular symbol on it. You do recognize almost what is typically a almost religious sort of architecture.
Okay.
Lots of hard angles that seem to reach into a lot of different like archway shapes over the door. So, you think maybe that's it?
Okay. Try that one. Peek my head in.
Uh, as you look in the room, it is so you've never been in the cleric classroom before. You see to your right is a broad like training platform. You see it's like a large flat square space where you can see in the middle of that flat space is an incense or censer burner. And it smells richly of very familiar smells to you, the sort of things that are all sorts of ritualistic burns that happen all the time when you were back in the Holy Gardens. Then, immediately to your left, you see there is shrines. Dozens of them. All sorts of symbols on over each one. There is a older looking, lighter haired man in full armor who is standing near the shrines and is having, I don't know if it's a conversation is correct, but you do see that he is talking to a person that you recognize. A person that appears to be made of metal. This is what you see.
Oh. Okay.
And as the door opens, that person, made of metal, looks at you very intensely. So you are here.
Uh-huh.
They don't say anything, though. And Varian looks at you, the cleric instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. What do you need?
Is there a shrine to Melisandre here?
He turns and points toward the shrines on the left-hand side. First one, left corner.
Awesome. And she just will put her head down and walk over to it.
Okay. You hear behind you, hey, pay attention. She's not here for you. Pay attention. And he you recognize that he's speaking to the student.
Mm-hmm. She will take both of her thumbs and pull out the small symbol of Melisandre and beeline straight for the shrine.
Okay. Each shrine in this room is pretty simple, but carefully made. You recognize that they were likely milled straight from stone. And each of the shrines is a slightly different stone. The shrine to Melisandre looks like it was made from what looks like maybe bedrock or granite. It's a very dense, earthy stone.
Mm-hmm.
As you go to it, what do you do?
What's the typical practice for trying to commune with her? What do you kneel and pray, or do you just try to have a conversation? Is there any kind of ritual that you'd have to do to try? I'm sure she's probably tried quite a few times in the past 4 years.
So, yes. I understand what you're asking. Melisandre, let me go ahead and pull up this real quick to make sure I'm not deceiving you. Okay. So, in your experience, a lot of times at the temples of Melisandre, when someone wished to commune or pray and wanted the best chance of getting in contact with Melisandre, they would bring with them a plant, one that was known to have healing properties. Um, God's beard, aloe, um, balsam. These materials were often brought, and then when you make the offering, you would crumble the plant between your fingertips.
Oh boy. Okay. At any moment that she was in the temple in Taka, was there maybe a small bowl, a small cache of something that would be donated for people who are trying to reach Melisandre?
Yes.
That didn't. Okay. Is there one here now?
You look
Like, uh,
at the end of the row of the shrine. You do see there is a small, like, vase that is full of various offering materials. There's sticks of incense, there's like small strips of wood there, and you do immediately recognize a few leaves of Regulus fern, which is a plant that is known to be used to make healing poultices.
okay. She'll step lightly over there and collect two or three leaves from the vase
You do so.
and bring them over to the shrine. Um, and uh, there's no kneeling that I have to do or anything like that.
There's
It
no
just
specific ritual, no.
okay.
You'd crumble the fern or whatever leaf it is between your fingertips, uh, and as you would press them onto whatever altar surface there is, so that almost like your fingerprints would be made in the sap of the leaf on the altar to prove that you were there.
So she'll take uh, the leaves, and we'll say she just grabbed two of them, one for
Mm-hmm.
each hand, and she'll take them in both hands and just kind of rub her fingers on the leaves and her thumbs and just steadily crush them into, well, tiny bits. And then with that residue, she'll place both hands on the altar and lower her head. It's really important that I ask you a couple questions right now, especially after today. Please answer. And she'll wait for a response.
Well, roll me. You're a sorcerer. Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Not bad. 21.
With a 21, the smell of earth and cinnamon and freshly tilled soil fills your senses. It is almost instant, and you, in your peripheral, you heard the conversations that treat the cleric instructor was having with their student, though you do notice the student wasn't saying anything. In this moment, all of that is washed into the background as if it was never there in the first place. You hear an almost ethereal voice, sing-song in its nature, ring through your mind crystal clear. Such pain and need. What can I do to help you, my daughter?
He'll look up
You
and see
just see the
if there's
shrine.
any. It's just the shrine.
It is
It's
just the
just
shrine, except at the center of the shrine, the symbol, which is a star surrounded by feathers, is shining in a pale golden light.
okay. Um, she'll look at it, look at the light, and she'll ask, how do I get past this? When does it stop hurting?
In a silhouette of radiant light, in your peripheral vision as you're looking at this symbol that's glowing, you see in the edges of your vision, draped in a beautiful gown that you cannot see the color of as it is ethereal, arms outstretched towards you, and you feel the warm sensation of a hand on each of your shoulders. Whether you take comfort from that or not is up to you, but it feels as though that is their intention. And as you ask that, you hear, "My love, you blame you for what happened. It will never stop hurting until you accept that you are not at fault. Terrible things happen along with the good. There are too many things at play at one time to ever account for all of them. If you can forgive yourself, the pain will go away. Time will make it easier to look past what you see as your mistake."
And I think she wouldn't hold back because in her mind, this goddess, this entity, this all powerful being
Mm-hmm.
had stepped into the role that left her. She sees Melisandre as a mother. So when the hands rest upon her shoulders, unlike with anybody else, she relaxes and she does find comfort in it. But it doesn't hold back the tears as they begin to fall again. and she listens.
As that happens, Lorelei would feel the hand on her right shoulder raise and gently brush with warm, radiant energy the tear from her cheek. And she would hear, "Hush now, my love."
With less urgency, she'll ask a couple more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why did this happen? Why do things keep happening to me?
Mm. There are some things in this world that one must discover for themselves. But when things meet at crossroads, when people do not know the whole stories between each other, they see things as betrayals, slights, and insults, even when none are made or met. Mortals' perceptions are flawed, short-sighted. Sometimes things are just victims of circumstance. And things keep happening to you because you are special. And this realm sees you as worthy of testing.
I didn't want to be tested.
It was never your choice, my love. Embrace those who care for you. People always will. Gather those who would defend you and protect them with your life, and in them, as yourself, you will find value.
What if I hurt them again? The ones that accepted me.
In acceptance, we reveal truths. In your honesty, you break down walls. Those that choose to be with you, to join you, and to protect you. Should you hurt them, they will find forgiveness. Should they hurt you, you will find forgiveness. You should never look past another's plight, as it will invite your own demise, and the same goes for them.
Do you think she's forgiven me already?
Yes.
She breathes a huge sigh of relief. Is she with you now?
Uh, Hold on. Let's see here. After a pause, you hear, "Her eternity was not meant to be with me. She chose another path, but she is at rest and knows no more pain."
You tell me where she is.
That is not my domain, my love. That is not for me to say.
Okay.
She knows you hurt for her. She would not wish that.
She breathes out another sigh.
As you feel the connection dwindling, the last thing you hear from Melisandre, the life glow, is the phrase, "Understand yourself and forgive it." And the symbol glows faint.
I think if they're she'll just fall to her knees and just have her hands just there upon the altar, just resting. And she's uh, breathing out and knowing that she needed that a lot. And maybe she can start to believe she's going to remain there for a little bit.
Yeah. After a good few minutes, when your perceptions allow themselves out from this moment of vulnerability, you hear the instructor scolding their student. But it has nothing to do with your presence. And what's your passive perception?
uh, it's not great. 13.
Okay, then you don't know when it happened. You don't even know where it came from. But on the ground, on the stone floor, next to you is a single flower. A wildflower, deep purple at its heart and red at the edges.
Mm-hmm. And does she know where this is from?
Are you proficient in nature?
No.
No. You have no idea. It's not like growing out of the stone. It's like resting there, like somebody set it next to you.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
you don't know anything about it aside from that it's a wildflower.
and it just happens to be the colors of her best friend, skin tone and eye color.
Apparently,
Um, she'll pick it up.
it is fresh as if it has just grown.
And she'll sit back on her heels. And she'll just hold on to it. Without letting it go, she'll turn back to look at the instructor and the student
They are
that's
in the
being.
middle of an exercise, and you understand now why he was scolding her. She has a flail in her hand, and the spike ball of the flail has clearly, like, it's obvious to you her body is made of metal.
Uh,
The spiked ball is currently stuck in a metal plate that is dangling off of her shoulder.
oh no.
And she's looking at it confused as the instructor is like, it looks like he's trying to reattach it.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't look like it's going well. But that's what is happening, is there's apparently some martial training occurring and it went badly.
Oh dear. Okay. Well,
You do notice when you
uh,
look, this forged woman is looking at you.
uh,
When it's
and
clear that you were crying,
uh,
she looks away. Like, and it's hard to read emotions on a forged,
yeah.
but she looks like she didn't mean to get caught looking at you when you were in a moment of vulnerability.
Uh, when that happens, I think she'll use that opportunity to slip out unnoticed, or try to slip out
It's a room
unnoticed.
of clerics, man. You're noticed.
I'm proficient in stealth. There's
Give
a
it a shot.
chance.
Roll stealth.
Give it a shot. Come on. Nope, not a chance.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, with that 9,
She pushes the door instead of pulls, and just like collides with it, and before pulling it open.
yeah, you leave abrupt without. Okay, you try to be quiet. It doesn't work out too well. You're aware that lies are like burning a hole in the back of your neck, but you
Uh,
manage to leave the cleric classroom.
okay.
So as we shift, hold on a minute. You would think I would have a better track of my screens. Okay. You're back out in Merigard proper, out in the halls.
Yeah.
You have a wildflower in your hand and your stuff on your back. What do you do?
Yeah. Um. What do I do? What does she do? Uh, she will
Oh,
go put the
wait.
flower away in her room. Yep.
Okay, you go to put your flower away in your room. Please roll me a d4 as you do.
Sure. 2.
Okay. As you head to your room, no one else seems to be around. You get to your dorm. Normally the creepy blood sorcerer is not there. Normally is there like at the table reading or something. And she's not this time. You are uninterrupted as you head into your dorm room. Um,
Okay.
and you put the wildflower away somehow.
Yeah, she'll just sit it on the nightstand next to her bed.
Okay.
Um, and she'll Presty herself just to make sure she looks like she hasn't been crying,
Okay.
and simply go to dinner in the mess hall.
Yeah.
Um,
So as you okay, here's what happens. You go to leave your dorm, and as you leave your room, and as you go to leave the actual the common area between rooms, you open the door, and standing before you is that forged cleric. She has her fist up like she was going to knock. Uh, when you open the door and she's just there looking at you, her hand drops.
uh, um, whatever I did, I'm sorry. Everything, anything, whatever it is. It
Um,
wasn't personal. She just fully believes that she slighted this
the
cleric.
forged looks at you with like a tilt, and then she like holds up a finger, and then reaches down into her bag and pulls out a flower, an orchid, and holds it out to you.
Okay. This isn't poisonous, is it?
No, it's the first thing you've ever heard her say.
Oh, okay. Um, thank you. She'll take it
You're,
carefully.
you're welcome. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's very pretty.
With okay, what's your passive insight?
That's probably 13 as well.
Okay. You see this forged woman's like whole body language seems to lift. She seems pleased. Like her head raises a little bit, her shoulders get a little straighter. She doesn't really have like a mouth per se, but her face kind of the way her eyes kind of crinkle, you imagine she's smiling.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad.
Oh. Um. Okay. Well. Hi.
The woman looks at you as you say hi, and she looks like around and she realizes that it's just you and her. And she steps back. Sorry. And then she leaves.
Why? Wait. What's your name?
She stops and turns and looks at you. She's like 20 feet away.
Uh.
Nem.
Nem. Okay. You can call me Elle.
I'll call you Elle. I didn't mean
Great.
to scare you.
I assumed something that wasn't even there. So I'm sorry too.
Don't be. I scare a lot of people.
It wasn't for that reason. I promise. You're not scary.
She, like, glances to her. I realize I haven't described this to you. On her shoulder is a
Uh-huh.
bird, a sparrow. It has been there the whole time.
Okay.
I'm sorry I didn't mention that before. This whole
All
time,
good.
she's had a sparrow. It's kind of discreetly tucked onto her shoulder and the hood that she wears, but she kind of glances over at the sparrow and then at you. Are you sure?
I'm positive. I was I was scared that I might have stolen from you or duped you in some way in a past life. And that's why you were looking at me so intensely.
She
So I was
immediately averts her eyes. Um, and she just like shakes her head. Well, maybe you did, but I don't remember. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stare.
it's okay.
And then after like a very long, awkward pause, Nim looks up at you again. Your hair is very pretty. And then she runs away.
Oh, okay.
She's gone.
Yeah, she did. All right. She'll put the orchid right next to the other flower. Collecting
Okay.
these things today. Did not expect that. Okay. Off to lunch or dinner.
Yeah, it's dinner. Uh as you head to the mess hall, it is just after class, and the mess hall has a lot of students in it. Um,
Hmm.
Many you recognize, some you don't. It is pretty packed. Do you look for anybody in particular?
Yeah. Who do I look for?
I don't know.
Um, we'll go find Halden. Try to.
He's easy to spot. He's a big guy. You see
Yeah.
that he is seated across from a halfling, a fiery red-haired halfling who's still wearing their full plate. Um,
Oh.
you recognize it's likely another paladin student.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah.
The one of two.
So
All right.
you go get yourself some food. Fun.
Yep.
All right. First and foremost, as you go to get your food, you do see Zenari, who you know the name of now, is behind the like the window, the serving window, and she makes eye contact with you as you go and get your food, which in this case is honey roasted chicken along like a pile of potatoes with asparagus and peas all through it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Um she just like nods at you as you get your food.
Hey, um,
Hello. I
you
hope
gonna do this every dinner or
it is a hobby.
what was that?
It is a hobby. Uh
Oh,
Recreation.
okay. Well,
Ellie says
wh-
I should practice my hobby so people do not find me so off-putting.
why would you be off-putting?
She shrugs.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy. There is no poison in it.
I okay. Thanks for letting me know that.
Mm-hmm. I have not poisoned any of the food I have made.
That's good to know. All right.
She nods.
I'm gonna go. All right. Just turn to leave.
Okay. Yep. There you go.
Is
uh,
there anything on the side that she hasn't touched?
I mean,
like
there's
like a
bread.
salad bar. Okay, she'll take a couple pieces of bread.
Okay. So you don't get the main meal?
No, she does.
Oh, okay.
She takes it with her. She gets a couple pieces of bread
Yeah.
and goes to sit
Okay. Yeah.
near Holden.
As you
Yeah.
sit down near Halden and the other individual,
Hmm.
as you sit down, Halden says, "Hey, it's good seeing you again."
Hey, are they eating the same
Yep.
meal?
They're all eating the
Okay.
same thing.
Oh, okay. Good. You're not dying. She'll
What?
plop the two pieces of bread on top of the meal and start to dig in. Just she just kind of like nods over to Zanari. Is that yeah? That's her name.
Zanari is
Yeah,
her name, yeah.
yeah. She she kind of said that she didn't poison the food, which made me think that she might have accidentally. So if you're eating the same thing, I think it's good.
The red-haired halfling like looks down at her food. Well, that's a fine how do you do.
It made me skeptical.
Nah, better safe than sorry. I'm not gonna. And you see that her eyes glow white for a moment.
Uh huh.
Definitely no poison.
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
Okay.
Uh,
Alden like resumes eating the piece of chicken that's on his fork, and he says, "What a relief."
yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Neither of them have a clue that you were crying. You cleaned yourself up. Halden looks at you. So, how was your day? Have any exciting magical revelations?
Many. A
I was
lot.
I was kind of joking. Okay.
Um, kind of. It was kind of a day, but enough about that. Well, how was your day?
She lit me on fire. I
Oh,
I did light him on fire.
right. Cool.
You recognize a symbol of a Na on the halfling's armor,
Right.
the goddess of flame and purification.
Yep. Um, kind of figured if you're following a nah.
Good eye on you.
Yep.
Well, you're not gonna ask. Just are okay with me being lit on fire. Good to know. Okay, thought we were a little closer than
Well, well, you're used to heat, right? You kind of hate the cold.
there is a difference between wanting it to be a little bit balmy and then actually being on fire.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, me too. Thanks. And he
Hmm.
shoves a biscuit in his mouth.
Uh, so just setting each other on fire, I guess.
He was
Today.
hurt. I had to practice lay on hands. He's burning. Look, it's not. He wasn't
Oh,
burning. It just happened, all
okay.
right? I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
So
Apparently,
that's what. Yeah,
apparently when paladins of Anat go to heal you, there's a little bit of a singy aftertaste.
but you weren't actually set on fire or burning.
I was. I mean, it hurt for a moment.
Uh huh.
You kind of see this deadpan look on the halfling's face as she like is looking at him, and then she turns to you. I think he's being a baby about it.
Uh, I wasn't there, so I don't know. I was it just your did you burn him and then lay on hands, or I don't think I'm hearing the whole story here.
We were training. She
Uh-huh.
got a good hit on me, and I was
Yeah.
bleeding. And Cress said, hey, don't just patch it up. Let's use this as an opportunity to practice our divine abilities to see what exactly our gods have granted us. So little Cinder walks up, puts her hands on my arm, and I am on fire. After I
But
healed you.
it's okay.
He looks cranky about it, but he nods.
Right. Well, you're okay. That's the only main part. Uh, so do you only do combat training in the paladin classroom?
They both shake their head. No.
Oh, okay. What else do you do?
Uh, well, the whole first half of the day is usually dedicated to studies about other religious orders and how, you know, different orders handle different problems and how we
The boring
can,
stuff.
exemplify our oaths and the consequences of breaking said oaths, what it means to
I didn't
take an
know.
oath.
I see. Okay.
He
And
makes it
then
sound real lame, but there's also, lots of studies of tactics and other military battles and events that happen in history. There's lots to learn from those that came before us, and it's not all terrible. I just don't like reading, Alden says as he takes another bite.
isn't Cress some sort of well-known hero?
Yeah, don't say that around her. She'll start talking about it.
Well, I
Don't.
mean, she's an instructor, so I figured she'd use it as a chance to talk about it.
Oh, she talks about it a lot. She was happy to talk about all the great battles she had against fighting the forces of the Demon King Nagora, and then all the stuff before that with the last bastion. You were paying attention. Uh, Look, just because I look bored doesn't mean I'm not absorbing it. Sometimes it feels like she's just bragging, showing off. And then you kind of
Mm-hmm.
glance at that back wall, and there's that big old honking legendary sword up there. So it's all founded, even if it might be a little bit of a boast. I ain't gonna be the one to tell her down about it.
So I don't think I caught your name.
Cinder.
Not yet. Like Cinder?
That's the one.
Fitting.
Well, I chose it. You don't need to know my first name.
Okay.
I
And
think
where are
it
you coming
is.
from?
She, looks at you and seems to be almost considering how much to tell you. Why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
Okay. I could natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. She scratches at her chin for a moment and then just kind of shrugs. You ever heard of black powder? Saris?
Excuse me. All right, black powder. All right.
That's right.
That was the player.
Oh,
Uh, no.
oh, well. Western Saris, home blasting powder it is, or at least the first place they found it. That's, you know, That's my old stomping ground.
Long way.
A bit. What about you?
Taka.
Hmm. Explains the eye. Also a long way.
Mm-hmm.
What made you come
And then
here?
this circumstances. Um, and then we got local boy here.
Not that local.
It's more local than us.
Yeah, it is. All right, fine. I'll give you that.
Same, continent.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I didn't mean it as a bad thing.
Well, that's good. You know, if we're ever on like a mission together and you happen to need to know like where something is that might be around Kona, I can help. He kind of furrows his brow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I admit I don't know a whole lot about the immediate area or the customs. It's I haven't really spent any time around here or Auger City, which is really probably where if we get a free agency it might be. So I forgot y'all haven't been on a free agency yet. I'm sure you will soon enough.
So you been here a while?
Few months. I
Okay.
seen a lot come and go.
A lot of people drop out, leave.
Yep, a lot of people be excused too.
How do you get excused?
Starting fights with other students, partaking in the less than legal mind altering substances whilst trying to pass it off in classes and such. Saw that a couple times. There was a.
Okay.
You ever heard of haze?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of that around the town a few months ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that stuff will mess with you. And well, the instructors don't look too kindly on students taking it whilst doing to their classes.
I'd imagine so. So, what are free agencies like?
Well, it kind of depends as to your strengths and weaknesses. Really, it just feels like we're working for free. But sometimes, if you do a good job, the client will give you a little tip. That's how I. And she tapped her armor, which you recognize is mithril. Kind of saved up. Got myself something nice and pretty.
Okay.
You can make a lot of money if you do right by the people that are hoping to get some free work done. A lot of free agencies, though, if you've ever been to the Griffin's Bag, the magic shop down by the docks,
Not yet.
the proprietor's a tabaxi named Glass. He's a nice guy. You get
Mm-hmm.
on his good side, he'll cut you all sorts of deals. And he needs free agencies all the time of people going out and collecting magical components. So
Okay.
that's usually worthwhile. There's also a couple times they've sent out a couple students. I went on one run out to the All in Peak mines. They have to deal with drow frequently, and that's a problem. Because they're not undertow drow, they're the scary drow, the sort that are looking for people to bring back and enslave.
Okay.
I don't think either of you are going to get picked up for free agency for that. That's contractor business. But they might send you there for scouting and such. Looking for magic and, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
She
Well,
she raises an eyebrow and she says, "You ever fought drow?
no,
You ever fought?
no.
Well, that's gonna change."
um, yeah, I've been more of the try to avoid a confrontation type of person.
That's all well and good, but now that you're, vying to be a Merigard contractor, there's gonna be situations where you have to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Wonderful. That's great.
You got a problem with killing monsters? They'll kill you as soon as they look
Oh,
at you.
well, no, not that. No.
I mean, we're not hitmen. They leave shit like that to the seventh trellis. Mostly we deal with monsters and monstrosities that people can't deal with on their own. Things that fall, outside the law.
Okay.
That being said, sometimes I've seen contracts come across purchase table that were, you know, darker in nature, but there's no way they're going to send, someone as green as you out on a task to hit someone.
I hope not. I've only been here 4 days, so
Ah, you really are wet behind the ears.
just a little.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure your first free agency will be something like gathering up weeds or something. Just to see how well you can follow orders.
Well, all right. I hope so. What's what's the biggest monster you've taken down?
So far, a Manicore. That was rough.
Oh, that does sound dangerous.
Yep. Me, Cokes, and Cargan went out and had to deal with that out in the Rimwood. It was, you know, harassing travelers that were heading our way, so. You met Cokes?
Okay. No?
He's a big blue guy. He's,
Big guy.
Goliath. Friendly guy. You'll know him when you see him.
Coke's like as Koax?
Coax.
Coax, yeah.
Yeah.
Goliath.
I don't mean to toot his horn, but he plays a mean bagpipe.
What?
He's Bart.
Okay. Interesting. I did not. All right.
Yep. I might as well tell you about
Wow.
Cargan too. He's a dwarf from Stouthelm. As original as they get, I think, and he will blow up anything you need him to soon as look at it.
All right. Blow things up.
Oh yeah, he's a real talent for explosives and such,
Interesting.
and a good sense of humor too. I like him. You will too, I bet. Don't look.
Players asking that sounds like an artificer to me.
It is an artificer, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, don't look him too long in the eye, or you might start to question his sanity.
All right.
Very intense.
Good to know. So, she takes a deep breath. A couple months. You like it here?
Hell yeah. Starts off slow, but once you start getting on free agencies and, the teachers start to trust you, you can kind of do whatever you want. It's real nice. Way better than what I was doing before.
Okay. What were you doing before?
You're just full of questions, ain't you?
She just smirks.
I was an acolyte, trying to become part of the order in, well, Port Rouleau.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, they didn't think I was strong enough. So I was only 3 feet tall and said that I didn't have the constitution to uphold the order of Ana. So I left. Kind of led me on for a couple years.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all in the past. Cress really kind of showed me what it was really like to be a knight of an order. I owe her a lot. She's short. Well, she's not short at all. She's almost as tall as Alden, but short-tempered and blunt. She knows what she's talking about.
Annoying.
Maybe.
She's the one who brought me here.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Man. She must have owed someone quite a favor, because she wouldn't go out her way for just nobody like that.
Oh, I've heard.
Well,
I don't know how I feel about her, so that's why the questions.
well, she's tough.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hero who earned it.
So I've heard. Well,
Also, I don't think she likes me too much.
why not?
I mean, you saw her face is burned, right? All along one side?
I thought instructors were supposed to be professional.
Oh,
Objective.
she is. Absolutely. Just sometimes I feel like maybe she sees me working on my oath. And when that happens for Ana, I kind of catch fire a little bit. And I think she sees that, and she doesn't ever say anything about it. I don't know. She kind of gets that 1,000-yard stare.
Maybe it's not just you.
Maybe not.
I don't think what it sounds like to me is that it's not you that's the problem. And she knows that.
Yeah, you're probably right. So what are you here for?
Guess.
I told her.
Oh. Sorcery.
I meant, like, why I come here in the first place.
It's a long story.
Well, I gave you my run of the mill. You got to give me something.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Hold on. Cinder's pretty persuasive. Is a paladin. Let's see. 24.
Damn. All right.
I rolled really well.
I was in prison.
Really? You?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, you here for that amnesty clause?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good on you. That'll turn your life right around.
Paladins of Vion. And to protect my friends, I invoked Cressida's name.
You... Wait. You knew Cressida before this all happened?
Yeah.
I don't mean to, assume anything here, but you knew a nightingale, and they knew of you well enough to answer when you called? Or a nightfall, I should say. It's nightingale something else.
Some other group, some
Yeah.
other fucks out there in Shona.
Yeah.
That's for you, Ken. Calling me out in your last session.
Of course you did. You knew in Nightfall, Cressida, the hero of the last bastion, and when you said her name, she knew you well enough to come a calling?
Yeah.
Cinder and Halden look at each other. How?
My dad? Apparently.
Huh. Who's your dad?
She takes a moment.
You are interrupted as you're considering it, as you suddenly hear, well, there's the little hothead. And immediately coming up behind Cinder is a very boisterous, black-bearded dwarf who slams Cinder on the back. When are we next going on the next mission, I? We have so much to cover and so much to talk about. And Cinder, her shoulders are by her ears, and she, looks over and says, hey, Kargan. Who's your friends? Looks like people that could use a drink, they do.
Yeah.
Hey! Look at this. Perfect. You all finish up here and meet me at the Merry Guard. I'm gonna get started. And Cinder just all right. Kargan gives you a huge smile. And as she described, he definitely has this look of manic about him. And he gives Halden a big thump on the back and he says, you too, big guy, don't you leave me hanging. Or I'll just have to believe everything Cinder said about you. And he leaves the mess hall. That was Kargan.
I figured.
Right, yeah. So? who was your
We have.
dad.
Damn it.
He ain't getting out that easy.
His name was Aaron.
Oh my god. Halden and Cinder like look at each other and then back at you, and almost in unison they go, "Who?"
Yeah, I figured.
Well, whoever they were, apparently. Old Half-Face thought enough of him that, you know. Oh, don't tell her I said. Oh God, don't tell her I called her that. She'll be upset.
I'm gonna call her that next time I see her.
You'll die.
I welcome it.
Uh,
Sorry, that was a bit dark.
Maybe a drink is the right call. As Halden stands up.
uh, she'll quickly like gobble up some food because she's just been talking this whole time. She hasn't really touched anything.
Yeah, it's really good. You can, if it's less or if it's the same temp HP or better, you gain 15 temp hit points.
How many?
15.
Holy.
Yeah, it's hearty and
Damn.
filling and delicious. If a little cold at this point, because you have just been talking this whole time.
15.
Where are you going?
I can't. Why is it? Okay, this is weird. Why is it doing that? That's. I'm trying to input it in the pop
Right, I got you. I got you.
Like I popped out the character sheet and I was trying to input it in the temp, and it was just not having it. Apparently.
I don't know. The game's doing its best.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
There it is.
As you make your way, like you and Halden and Cinder have eaten, roll me a perception check as you begin to make your way out of the mess hall.
Oh, that was the bounces. Almost another natural 20. 17.
17. With a 17, as you begin making your way out of the mess hall, you see, seated near the doors of the mess hall with no food in front of her, is Nim, who's, again, just looking at you. When you do make eye contact with her, she quickly averts her eyes and is just back to looking at her own table.
You know what? This is a good distraction. She'll beeline it for Nim.
Okay, you go straight up to Nim at the table.
Yeah.
And like it takes a moment, but then Nim like sees in her peripheral that you're approaching, and she looks up at you, and you can get like the body language that she's like trying to disappear. like like just slinking down in the chair just a little bit. But it's clear she is looking at you, and when you get close enough,
Yeah, she'll place her hand on the table, just kind of, hey, come on, we're going to get a drink. Mary Guard.
she looks at you, these big, like amber glowing eyes, like just staring at you, and they blink. You want me to go get a drink?
Yeah, why not? Come on.
With you?
And others?
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're sitting here all by yourself. Why not?
People are gonna look and stare.
Let them look. Come on.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, come on.
A 10.
You know what? I'm gonna pull a pen. I'm gonna use my point of inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, I want this to happen. Come on. No! Dang. All right.
Hold on.
Well,
She like looks at Cinder and Halden, who are behind you. Would they be all right with it?
yeah, don't worry about them. Come on.
You're not gonna ask me how I drink, are you?
No?
It
Come on, we're all
takes.
students here.
She looks around and then stands up. Okay.
All right. She'll offer a small smirk and head out the door.
Nim follows you, and as you make your way to the tavern, um, you kind of have all like a significant party here heading that
Yeah.
way. Let me go ahead and pull up the tavern splash. Okay. Get out of here. Goodness gracious. Too many tokens in too many places. All right, so you,
Yeah.
Cinder, and Halden, and Nim,
And them. Uh-huh.
who has kind of just been roped into this, like just by your spur of the moment decision, head into the Merry Guard, and you see that Kargan has chosen a table that is in the middle of the tavern, literally like the center table before the long table. So it's like you go in the front door and there he is. And he looks at all of you and he says, "I got the first Oh, I need one more. Hey, Stopes, Tux, whatever your name is. I need another one." And you see this. It's Took. All right, a moment. And you see this elven bartender like turns around and goes back toward the bar. And as you see, he's got this table with a pitcher and as he described, 4 mugs. I didn't know there would be more company. I'm excited, and he is there as well.
Perfect.
As you all begin to sit down, Nim awkwardly like chooses the seat next to you and is like quietly looking at everyone else, and Kargan does not seem to have a subtle bone in his body as he looks at Nim and he says, "Well, you're a golem, ain't you? Do you drink?" And
I
Nim,
think the I think the proper term is forged mine.
uh, you see the gears turning in Kargan's mind as Nim says, "Yes, I do." And then Kargan says, "You're forged!" Like he just like shouts that, and it echoes around the tavern. He seems very excited about this idea. And Cinder, who apparently has a better insight than Kargan, like sets a hand on Kargan's shoulder and says, "Why don't you just, let that be as exciting as it is and be quiet for a minute?" Well, and Kargan is like kind of stammering as Took, the bartender, sets another mug down. Right, anyway, first round on me. Everyone, please, drink your fill. We're in for a long night, as it's the weekend. It's Thursday. We're in for a long night, because tomorrow's Friday.
Yep.
It could be a lot.
To new friends, and she'll hold up her own mig.
As ale is poured from the pitcher, Halden, like, graciously taps his mug against yours. Nim, who seems to be, like, has been trying to disappear this whole time, holds her mug up in both hands, which she is. I don't have. Okay. Has Lorelei ever seen a forged before?
I believe she has a couple times. We talked about it.
Okay.
Um, it just in the, as pilgrims.
Right. Um, Nim is unusual for forged. In
Hmm.
most cases, forged are very much like they almost look like iron golems. They look very complete. All of their pieces are very solid. They look like their metal plates are very uniform. Nim doesn't. Nim's form is much like her art, where it's almost like a skeletal structure that plates are attached to.
Okay. And are they like uniform or are they piecemeal?
They all look like they were made from the same material. It's kind of this
Mhm.
dull bronze color.
Okay.
As she drinks, part of you is like worried you're gonna see ale like leak out from places.
Mhm.
It doesn't, but you do see as she drinks, her faceplate has a seam that opens, and it's completely looks like one piece, and then splits into two as she takes a drink. And with your passive perception, you do catch Cinder and Kargan are just like staring to see how this forged does drink.
As soon as I spot that, I direct a question at both. I probably spelt his name wrong. Um,
Kargan,
Kerrigan? Kargan?
it's Kargan.
Kargan?
Yes.
Kargan. Okay, gotcha. I put an I in between the R and the G. Um, but I was fairly close. I direct a question at both Cinder and Kargan and say, "So Cinder tells me you went on a free agency together. What happened?"
Oh, and as he starts speaking, a bard begins to play music, and it almost like you get the impression that he almost is distracted, but then this memory of the free agency goes like washes over his head, and he's like, "We found a manticore. You ever seen a manticore before?
Nope, not at
Oh,
all. What did it look like?
brutal creature, like a scorpion and a lion had a twisted baby. This thing was holed up in the tops of trees. Cinder here has the brilliant idea. We just smoke it out, make it come down to feast us where we want it to be. And where we wanted it to be, lass, was right atop my newest invention. An earthbound depth charge, the sort of thing they'd leap off boats to deal with monsters in the seas. Only this one meant for soil. It was so glorious! The dust
Yeah.
reached above the treetops.
And then what did you do, Cinder?
She shrugs. I lit it on fire.
Okay.
Like both the lure and the manticore. I lit it on fire. That's what I do.
Okay.
Got this neat trick where when I hit things with my sword, I can make it go whoosh on fire. It's a Anna special. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. All right.
She's downplaying it. You should have seen her. Whoa. Dude, that blade of hers was cutting almost through the trees trying to get the manticore. It was brilliant. The sort of thing that one should tell stories to over a mug of ale, like we are doing now. We're doing it! And he like stands up and he holds the mug over his head. Listen, everyone, we blew up a manticore! And the bar does not care or react much at all.
She'll go, yeah. like,
Roll a performance.
uh, hey, I'm a sorcerer. At least I have a decent thing. Yep, nice.
22. Yeah.
22.
When you go, yeah, it seems like most of the tavern, most people were just like, what the fuck? But when they hear the yeah, they all just kind of go, yeah, like many patrons around the tavern like raise their mugs, and Karkin just is beaming,
Like,
just like home. Perfect.
like, It's like that one moment in A Knight's Tale where
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's very good. So,
um, all right,
Kargan,
good.
as he's like kind of washed away in this excitement, um, after you say yeah, you do hear Nem quietly whisper, "Thank you."
She'll just keep. She'll keep Kerrigan, Kerrigan,
Kargan.
Cargan,
Kargan Blast the
Cargan.
Great at your service.
She'll keep her focus on Cargan, but she'll just kind of lean over and just nod. Just
What is? Did my hold on a minute?
hmm?
My foundry just hiccuped. Are you still connected?
Yep.
Okay, good. That was weird. Anyway, and then Halden says, "We used to be up to some, you know, sneaky tomfoolery. Have you any stories for us?"
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Come on. All right, tell us a story.
Let me think. I don't think anything will top a manticore.
Well, I wouldn't have it any other way.
um. Hmm. Okay. Trying to think. Are there any big parades or holidays that happen in Taka?
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. One of the most famous one of the most famous festivals is the Day of Masks, which is a celebration of masquerade, where literally the whole holiday is a ruse. The idea is that there are all sorts of like parades and celebrations, that the Day of Masks is days where people can dress up as their favorite heroes in history or monsters and stuff like that, where actually the Day of Masks is it's a festival where all the followers of Masquerade sneak around and pickpocket people that are celebrating the Day of Masks.
Okay. Uh. All right. So I'm from Taka, and one of the biggest holidays of the year is the Day of Masks. Um, have you all heard of it?
Everyone's nodding except Nim, whose like head is kind of tilted.
Um, so our, well,
I once
my
dressed
old,
as a bullet.
wow, all right, that's a hard one to pull off. But our crew, or my old crew, that was like our holiday. Um, because usually all the crews in the area start to go into the crowd and pickpocket people. Um, well, us and another crew decided to have a little competition. And since we were all wearing masks, we really didn't know who each other was. Couldn't determine that right away. Um, but it turned into the funny part of the story is that we couldn't really tell, but we ended up pickpocketing each other in our own crew, and they did
You
too.
did it.
Um, so after all was done, half of us came by and said we got pickpocketed, and half of us had what they had.
The table is laughing. Though Nim looks confused. What's the Day
Yeah.
of Masks?
Oh, she'll explain it.
She nods, and then she says, "I thought you were a sorcerer?"
I am now.
She looks confused as hell. But she doesn't press the matter anymore, and she just takes another drink.
All right.
That's a brilliant tale. Though I imagine one your crew was not too fond of to retelling whenever, they had to convince anyone else that they were up to snuff.
Well, apparently I pickpocketed sort of my rival within my own crew, Zenozi, and apparently I snatched a pretty precious item from her.
Uh-oh.
And she was not too happy about it.
Did you give it back?
Yeah, I gave it back. I mean,
Yeah.
everything was given back, but it was kind of funny that we didn't really pick anybody that besides us.
Yeah, there was no real gain. You just kind of stole from each other.
Yep, but it was
That
pretty
is funny.
Mm-hmm. All right, the game was to steal one personal item from someone in the crowd.
Well, half of you did it.
Yep.
The group all seems rightfully amused by that tale.
Okay.
Kargan looks over at Cinder. Tell me you have a story as well. Something to pass the time. And Cinder looks at Kargan. Not one worth your ears. Oh, what a poor sport you are. Cinder just winks at him as she's taking a long drink. Hold on a minute.
How about you? Any fun, exciting tales of farming?
Oh, well, I mean, yes, kinda.
Okay.
As he, takes a long drink, he looks between everyone at the table. Wait, it's really my turn?
Yeah.
And Cinder, looks at him and says, go ahead. Okay, well, all right. Back in Kona, me and my friends, my buds, and, other ranch hands, we used to measure bravery by how close you were willing to get to the back end of a bull.
Okay.
So this one summer, Pa gets it in his head that we gotta help our neighbors, the Philgroves, while they're off visiting family up in Shona. And by help, I mean milk their prize heifer, Sally. Now, this sounds simple. It is not. Sally had the temperament of a drunken badger and the sprint speed of a wyvern when she was spooked. So, we're out there, me, my cousin Reed, and old Mr. Weller, who should not have been allowed anywhere near livestock or whiskey, and was currently full of both. We line up the stool, Reed's holding the bucket, and Weller says, you just gotta show her you're not afraid. And then he slaps Sally square on the rump. Turned out that wasn't Sally. It was Reinhardt, the bull.
Oh.
Yeah, we caught about 6 feet of air and landed in the pig pen. Bucket went flying, Reed bit through a carrot. Weller lost his hat, his flask, and what little dignity he had left. It took us 3 days and 10 pounds of cheese to coax that bull out of the orchard.
Cheese? Why cheese?
He liked goat cheese a lot.
Huh.
He used to try and, you find something that a bull likes to eat, and then you can use it to control them without them getting angry. Because if it's a bull, you don't want them to be angry when you're trying to get them to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that, friends, is why I'm a paladin now and no longer a rancher. It's much safer out here.
Oh, okay. Is it though?
I don't know. It's up for you to decide. I think so. Ever since I came here, I have not had to deal with a cursed scarecrow, a jealous goat, or, falling into a wagon of manure.
Hmm. All right, fair enough.
That was entirely too wholesome.
So, Nim, tell us the story of how you got here.
Nim, swallows. Actually, roll me a persuasion check. I don't think she would be easy to sway on this.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't persuade this forged for the life of me. Yeah, 10.
She sets the mug down, and she's looking at it. I don't remember. I mean, I remember coming here. I don't remember much before.
Okay. But you're a cleric, right?
She nods.
Who are you a cleric of? I think most of us here follow someone.
She seems surprised that you're asking, and then she looks down and realizes that her holy symbol is in her cloak, so she pulls it out. And she says it as you recognize it. Lilas, which is the Beast Mother.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't think that.
What did you think?
Well, I didn't expect Lilas. That's for sure. But I think I should have, because that sparrow on your shoulder, is it still there?
Yep.
Would make sense. Makes a little more sense now.
I do remember people calling me a guardian spirit, a golem saint, or cursed iron. So I remember that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, tell us the first time that Lilas spoke to you then.
Oh. She kind of leans back in her seat as she considers it. Roll me another persuasion check.
Okay. Come on! Yeah! 25. Yahtzee.
Yahtzee! Okay, hold on. Nim, seems to go through the motions of taking a breath. And then takes another long drink. Okay. Well. Before I was... She kind of looks down at herself. Okay, I remember moss between my fingers. I remember tending roots. I remember being called a servant of Lilas, but I didn't feel like a servant. I felt like a stranger, tipping through, sneaking around somebody else's house. And, it was before sunbreak one morning, and I woke, and I remember wandering from a longhouse, and the trees were quiet with fog. Everything was wet. Dewdrops on spider thread and silver on the fern. Felt like all of Anth was holding its breath, and then I saw her, a doe. She stood between two ash trees, her fur made of smoke and antlers were full of leaves. Her eyes were moons. I don't mean like moons, I mean that her eyes were moons. I remember it vividly. And the doe, it was like the whole forest bent towards her. As if an entire throne room bowing to Queen. I didn't move. I couldn't move. I felt afraid. But not of her, of the doe, but what I might be if I got closer. And then she turned and walked deeper into the trees. And every plant she passed, many of the dead ones or the undergrowth, they all grew wild and green as she walked by them. And that's when I first heard her. Not in words, but in the forest, in its stillness. Like ivy, or like the dusk. And I knew then that I wasn't a stranger in her forest, I was already hers.
That's pretty.
If it's really hard to tell with Nim, but her charisma is so low, and your insight is something you're proficient in. You get the body language that she's blushing as she picks up the mug again and drains it.
Well, that's amazing. Now you skipped out on your story, Cinder, but now I'm gonna ask.
Ah, shit.
It's your turn.
One moment, please. Let me pull up Cinder's page.
Yeah.
I need to be ready for it. Okay. Cinder looks at you. All right. What do you want to know?
Whatever you want to tell us.
I want to tell you to go fuck yourself. But I realize that would not be in the spirit of the good humor nature that we are finding ourselves at this here table.
Well, if you did tell me to go fuck myself, I'd say fuck you. So,
all right, that's fair.
Tell us the story.
All right, fine. Back in Black Powder, when I was just, a wee little girl, I used to work in my uncle's old fuse shop. Wick ropes, blasting cords. Firecrackers for the festivals and such. Nothing fancy, but the boss had one rule. Don't light anything near the match barrels, which naturally meant I absolutely would. And I was 8, and I was very persuasive. I told my friend Fizz, he was a gnome, but taller than me, which isn't saying much. I said, I bet if you light one just right, it makes it sound like a bird call. He said that was ridiculous. So I did it. Now, maybe it wasn't the best idea. It didn't explode, not really, but it did catch, and the fire spiraled down a length of wick rope into the barrel. And have you ever seen 50,000 matches ignite at once?
No.
Well,
What does it look like?
I don't know. I was blind, and there was so much smoke we couldn't find the door. After a few minutes, though, well, I don't know when, but Fizz fainted, and I dragged him out by his socks. We were covered head to toe in soot. My uncle said that after he stopped feeling upset at us that we looked like haunted, like masked cookies. And I thought I was going to get banished, but instead the boss made me clean up every last charred matchstick by hand. It took 3 weeks in a splinter that still visits me when it rains. And that,
Right.
that was the last time I played with fire before I found faith, probably. Unless you count the pie incident, but that's another story, and that's not for today.
One story at a time.
That's right. Don't be getting greedy.
We'll take it.
And
All right.
Cinder knocks back another mug. As Nim is pouring herself a fresh one. Is there anything else you want to do? As every
No.
individual at the table has told a story.
Yeah. No. That. I think for the rest of the night, it's just drinking and shooting the shit. She doesn't offer more of her backstory than what has already been told already.
So as the vibe of the table kind of gets that impression that people are kind of done sharing, Kargan like slams his mug on the table and he says, "You know what we need? A drinking competition." Huh?
Well, you're gonna win.
You're right, but that doesn't mean it's not a good fun to try. Huh?
All right. I'll try it.
Me too. Nim says quietly next to you, and Kargan like is like, "Oh!" And he like rubs his hands together. Pour the ale. And as that's what appears to be about to happen, that is where we will call tonight's session.
Sounds good.
As we come to the end of it, I want to thank you for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Penn, hi Glass, hi Emily, hi everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.
Good night.